This is the journey to One Africa. Ethiopia, the country I love so much. It took me a while to do this video and to address specifically what is happening right now in the country. My brothers and sisters, you all know that you're in my heart. And even when we don't talk about it, but we always pray and wish well for Ethiopia, because we never forget how you have been standing with us from the start and how you've always been by our side. And not only that, even if you did not stand with us or do not show any support to us, we will still be here standing with Ethiopia, because Ethiopia is Africa. And us as Africans, it's about time to address and to talk and to stand with our fellow Africans. You know, there's a lot of questions that I get most of the time when I engage myself to addressing this stuff, especially when it comes to ethnic issues and ethnic problems, because you will never make everybody happy. And our goal is not to make everybody happy, but our goal is to push for peace, love and unity for our continent, regardless of who you are, what is your tribe. But our message is the same, that we wish unity for our countries, peace and love for our countries. So it's not easy all the time, because when you stay here addressing to one specific group and what is happening, always you're receiving a backlash from another specific group about what you say, that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you have no idea, this and this is what happened in the past, and this and that. You always get that. And that's when I find a problem. This is the problem, because no matter what you do, no matter what you say, evil is evil. Let me say that again. No matter what you say, no matter who you are, no matter what tribe you are coming from, no matter what city or what country you're coming from, evil is simply evil. There's no another definition of evil being good, nothing like that. And it's about time for us to recognize and to understand that regardless of your tribe and where you're coming from, but when you see evil being done to another group of people, you must rebuke it with everything you got, because whatever that is happening to them, it's going to happen to you. So to be clear, if you have no idea what is going on, there have been some killings and there have been some incident happening right now in Ethiopia with this one particular ethnic group called Amhara people. You know, just a couple months ago, like 8 months ago, we were addressing about the war that was happening in the Tigrayan region. Just 8 months ago. It lasted for like over 2 years. And they brought peace. I can't say perfect peace, but we were here to celebrate when our leaders met in South Africa. And, you know, they have a, foreign minister of South Africa. They had also President Kenyatta, ex-President Kenyatta of Kenya. He was there to intermediate everything that was happening. And the issue were resolved by Africans. And we did a huge, massive celebration because we saw it happening. 8 months later, and, some say that these killings have been happening for so long time. And I'm not going to go into details of these because that's not why I'm here. And maybe most of you guys, but I am here simply to rebuke the evil that is happening. So a lot of people have been reaching out to me. I've been receiving these videos, very disturbing videos. of our people being tortured. One video that I'll never forget, and I cannot show you guys here because it's, you won't be able to watch it. It is bad. And this really got my heart. This is just a little kid. He was being punished. He was being beaten. Not by a stick, guys, but by a big wood, like this kind of wood, beaten everywhere, all over his body. This kid, endlessly. And that's just one, but I've been receiving a lot of videos. These videos I didn't just receive yesterday. Somebody have been forwarding these videos again and again and again, and constantly say that you're silent, it means you're part of this. You're silent, it means you're part of this. And I'm not doing this because of pressure. I'm not doing this because of the videos, and there's a lot of people who reached out to me, and one thing that I address back to them is that, hey, I'm gonna speak when God give me something to say, because these things, guys, it's not just physical. These things are spiritual. Because you cannot, anyone in your right mind, you cannot hold something like that, hitting a little child, beating a child, just because of his or her ethnic group. You cannot do that. Whoever that targets that, this is messed up. And this is evil that needs to be rebuked. This is evil that is need to stop. And regardless of your tribe, this is not the time to stand with your tribe. This is not the time. It's not the time to stand with your tribe. It's not the time. It's the time to rebuke the evil. Evil is evil. Bad is bad. Wrong is wrong. And right is right. It's as simple like that. If somebody's being targeted, if somebody's being killed because of their ethnic group, it's just wrong. It's just evil. And it needs to be addressed. And it needs to stop. And I understand Ethiopia have announced the state of emergency a couple of days ago. And but it's, guys, I'm even running out of what to address, what to speak. Because for me, it's just clear that, guys, Africa, we're better than this. Ethiopia, you're better than this. You can't keep targeting people because of their ethnic group. These issues cannot keep happening over and over and over again. Until when these things are going to happen? Until when these things are going to stop? Why you guys, you never move forward? Why you keep moving backward? Why all the time it needs to be backward? Now, even Ethiopian Airlines, Ethiopia, they're saying, and specifically this Amhara group, they're saying that we are not going to use you anymore. Boycotting Ethiopian Airlines because of the soldiers that are being brought there. Guys, what do we do this? This is one of the greatest airlines in Africa that we Africans are proud of. Not only Ethiopians, but the entire continent of Africans. We are proud of. Just yesterday, I was listening to my brother Mark Meets Africa, and he said this. He said that, somebody was asking him that, okay, so when you're moving to Tanzania and Africa, what did you think about? And he said, a lot of people, they think like, you're just going to land in the middle of the jungle. But he said, for me, when I look at the airlines and I saw Ethiopian Airlines and really big airlines, I knew at that point that, oh, I'm going to land in the city. Because you cannot have these kind of airlines if you don't have a good airport, if you don't have a quality airport. And if I'm going to ride this all the way to Tanzania, then I'm damn sure that that place, it will be clear, it will be good, it will be a city somewhere people can live, not landing in the middle of the jungle. He was addressing that. So just the fact that there's Ethiopian Airlines there is not just for Ethiopians, but for the entire people of Africa. I see everybody using them. The entire continent of Africa using them because of the service are great, food is great, and it's it's representing, Africa very well across the continent and across the world. And it is there, it's there at the top in the continent, and as well it's competing in the world stage. But today, people are boycotting him, and they don't want to ride it anymore because of what is happening. And all these things, and okay, the issue or the problem is not of airlines. That's not the issue, because airlines, they gotta make money. So if you're coming there, we're gonna send you, we're gonna send here and there. But the problem is ethnic. The problem is ethnicity. The problem is tribes. It's tribes that people are being targeted because of their tribes. Why we cannot understand that, Africa? Why Ethiopia, we cannot understand that? Are we gonna keep having this war over and over again? We had Tigray targeted. We had, sometimes Amhara targeted, sometimes Oromia targeted. Why these things keep happening? I hope that when you are listening to this, and regardless of where you're Amhara, you're Oromia, you're Tigray, I hope, and especially if you are Oromia, because the thing that is happening right now and the accusation that are going on right now is that this group of people is being targeted specifically by another group of people specifically, and people are being killed by another group of people. So my address is this: it's not to raise rage against one group of people and another. That's why I'm being very careful. But my point is this: if you're coming from another tribe rather than Amhara, my conviction and my ask is this: you must stand with these people, because these are your people. It's not a time to say you guys are too much. It's not a time to say you Amhara too much. It's not a time. It's not a time to say, oh, I'm Oromia, so I'm not gonna say anything. It's not a time for that. Evil is evil. And let me say this: just the fact that the group of Amhara has been targeted by Oromia people, it doesn't mean that all Oromia are bad. I want to say that. It doesn't mean that all Oromia are bad. So if you're Oromia people and you're watching this, I don't want you to feel like I'm accusing you. I don't want you to feel like I'm pointing finger at you that you are killing Amhara people. No, that's not what I'm saying. I know there are few messed up people who are doing these actions. And for you guys to prove it, you guys must stand with whatever that evil is happening, to be like, no, this is evil. I'm not going to stand for this. Yes, I'm Oromia, but what is happening to my brothers and sisters, Amhara people, this is evil, and I'm not for this. I say no to this. It's the time to do that. Yes, I'm a Tigrayan. I don't care what kind of history we have with Amhara or Oromia, but this thing is being tight and this is bad. I'm going to stand with this. This is the time to do that. It's not the time to be like, I can't speak. You know, I'm Oromia. If I speak, how other people are going to see? Man, Amhara is the second largest group in Ethiopia. More than 20-something% of population now. This is the huge group of people. This is a huge number of people. If we are not going to defend them, we're not defending Ethiopia. I will say the same exact thing. I said the same exact thing when it happened to Tigrayan people. I said it. I was here. I did it. You know it. I had a conversation. I did it. I had Obang here, and I've uploaded videos a couple days ago to speak about it. I will speak the same thing if it happens to Oromia people and I've been targeted and been killed. I'll say the same thing because I'm African. Because I love Africa. I love the peace. I want the peace for Ethiopia. I want love and peace and unity for Ethiopia. I love that country. I went there a lot of time, and I've met all kind of people. They invited me with so much love and so much hospitality. And I know saying this is dangerous. And I don't know if I'm going to be stopped from coming to Ethiopia anymore. I don't know. No more. But evil is evil. And I want to address to everybody that you guys, it's time to stand for that. If you see somebody is being killed, don't celebrate. Don't celebrate when your neighbor is being killed. Because when your neighbor is not at peace, you can never be at peace. And this is the time to show unity. This is the time to stand in solidarity with all group of people and demand unity and peace for group of Amhara right now. Because that's what is happening. If it's going to happen for another group of people, we're going to stand and do that as well. Man, we got no time for this, all right? Guys, we got no time for this, to constantly just come to talk about what is happening with killing based on ethnicity. We got no time for that, Ethiopia. We got no time for that. We need to move on. You have got to move on. You have got to stop this. You understand this? You have got to stop this. And I know you have that ability to stop this. You have that ability. If all group of Ethiopians, all group of ethnicity will stand up and say, no, 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 enough is enough. We're done with this thing. We're done with this evil. It's the time to do that. We got no time for this. We got no time to give the air time for Western media to cover this. We got no time for this. Just to see like we cannot lead ourselves. What the heck is going on with Ethiopia? We got no time. This is why they're coming to our countries. This is why they're coming and they want to control us. This is why. The government of Ethiopia, come on. You can do better than this. Come on. Man, come on. Come on, I'm not going to be here to accuse anyone. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, because when I do that, I'm creating division. Do you understand that? If you want me to do that, I can't do that, because I still want peace for Ethiopia, and I want unity for Ethiopia. I don't want Ethiopians to be enemies. You guys, you know it, man. How many times should I say this? Please listen. Please, just listen. All right? Just get this in your system. Okay? The conversation is the beginning of peace. We've seen what happened 8 months ago. I want you guys to listen. If you guys are tired, I'm saying this again. If you guys are tired, if you're not, then you're going to get tired one time. But when you get tired, throw away your ethnicity. Throw away your tribe. Throw it away. It's not helping you. Put it aside and run a race like Ethiopian. Run a race like an African. You guys, you always win the race. You always become first on top of the entire world running the race. Why don't you run a race of peace? Run a race of peace right now. This is the time for you to run a race of peace. This is the time to put aside your tribe. What is that doing good for you? Ethiopia, let me address this. What does tribe do good for you if it's keep killing your brothers and sisters? Your tribe, it doesn't do good for you. I'm telling you, like if I was in Ethiopia and a leader of Ethiopia, I will delete all the tribes. I'll create a new institution and I'll delete all the tribe. Not because I not believe in that, but because, man, this is what is causing all this stuff in Ethiopia. If Ethiopians cannot live together because of their tribe, delete all the tribes and then just call them one tribe Ethiopians. Delete it. Take it away. Maybe that might be very extreme and maybe they might not take that action, but please, 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 it goes down to the people. If Oromia people, you seeing this evil happen and say, no, I'm tired of seeing this evil, it must stop, and you speak that, it's going to stop. If Tigrayan, if Amhara, if all other tribes, guys, there's more than 86 different tribes. If you guys stand and you say, no, 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 enough with this tribal thing. Nyerere said, it's sad, it's ridiculous that in 21st century, we still have people, Africans, who are riding in the buses of tribalism. We ain't gonna get nowhere. Ethiopia is not gonna see another bright day, man. And if you've never been to Ethiopia, go to Ethiopia and you'll understand why I'm getting emotional. This country is beautiful. The people are good, are beautiful. And let me say this, man. The government, the development that is bringing to Ethiopia, physically, when you see, they are beautiful. I'm not going to take that credit away from you because I've done multiple videos about it. I've went different places. It's beautiful. The country is looking beautiful on the outside, but it's bleeding in the inside. Yes, it's looking good in the outside, but it's bleeding in the inside. The country is bleeding in the inside. The country is being traumatized. People, they no longer have hope for their own country. They don't want to come back home. We are calling people to come back home. They don't want to come back home. If you target people based on their ethnicity, even me, I ain't going to come back to that place. I ain't going to come back to that place. Ethiopia. You're supposed to be the mother of Africa. You're supposed to be the role model of Africa. Africa must look at you and learn something from you. But what are we learning from you now? Are we going to learn about tribalism? How can I call you mother of Africa? How? How? If you're not going to break out from this shackle of tribalism. Yes, Ethiopia. Yes, Ethiopia was never colonized. But Ethiopia is colonized with tribalism. You guys, you're your own enemies. You're your own devils. You're your own enemies. But how can you see your brother as enemy? How can you see yourself as enemies? Let's break out of this curse. Let's break out of this curse. Don't let nothing control you. I know one of the issues that has to be addressed and has to be done is the changing of constitution, because that is the beginning of all these issues that we see. But even if it's not being changed, even if the government is not changed, guys, I want to ask the people of Ethiopia, you can change this. The people of Ethiopia can stop this. Just decide it. Decide, say, I don't want this tribalism thing anymore. I don't care how many roots have been down there, but it's a time for you to make a bold decision and to decide this and now look back. Yes, I know maybe our parents are teaching us to embrace our tribes. Yes, do that, but put it outside. It has nothing to do. It's not gonna bring peace in Ethiopia. The solution to Ethiopia is to overpass. Look at what Rwanda did. Rwanda, they had to ignore about Tutsi and Hutu because that's not the case. Who made Tutsi and Hutu? They are Rwandese. They want people. They had to realize that, but it was too late after losing a lot of people, after losing millions of people. But now look at them. They talk nothing about tribalism in Rwanda. They did it. They did it. Kudos to Kagame, kudos to Rwandese for the big effort you have done. I celebrate you and I love you for what you have done. Ethiopia, it's time for you to look at the country like Rwanda and adopt the same thing. Because otherwise, man, you're going to lose your people. And we cannot afford that. Because even the issue with illegal migrants, we say like, oh, these are illegal migrants. Ethiopians, man, are running away from Ethiopia. They're going to other countries and they end up in prison. We have Ethiopian prisons here in Tanzania. We have Ethiopian prison in South Africa, in so many different parts of this Africa, because they are illegal migrants. That's why you fight for one Africa, because you don't want that to happen. But man, until when you're not going to have peace in your own home? We must fight for that. So my call today is very simple. Oromia, Tigrayan, Amhara and all other tribes, drop your tribe away. Drop your tribe. Drop your tribe. Drop your tribe. And do not generalize everybody. Do not. I know, Amhara, you're going through a hard time right now. I know your brothers and sisters are being killed and tortured. I've seen the videos. I know these are secret videos I've been sent. I cannot share. But watching this, man, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, man, this is happening today. Guys, people are being tortured. You see this one man tied up on the air, being like crucified. Guys, these are images that you can never get out of your picture, but sometimes you might see it. You must see it to understand what is going on. And I've seen it. Guys, Amhara, don't look at all Oromia and think that they're doing this. Everybody does that. There are innocent Oromia. Look at your brothers, Amhara people, and speak against this evil. Stand with them, because today is for them. Tomorrow is going to be for you. What happened if you guys get... Okay, I'm not going to say that, because I need to make sure that what I'm talking about here is to bring people together. So I'm trying to hold myself as much as I can, not to go astray. Look at each other as Ethiopians. Hashtag proud Ethiopian, proud African. Forget about your tribes. But now there's a crisis we have, and that is the people of Amhara are being killed because of their tribes. We must stop that. If you love Ethiopia, if you love Africa, you must stand against that right now. Not another time. Not another time. Not another time. I pray for Ethiopia. I cry for Ethiopia, that Ethiopia, you're never alone. You will never be alone. And today, please hear me, because even if we pray, nothing will happen unless we decide. I say this. The difference between where you are and where you should be, where you're supposed to be, is one thing. Decision. Choice. Please, Ethiopia, make a choice today, because even if we pray, nothing will change if you don't make a decision to drop your ethnic, your tribes. Drop it. Just drop it. I know you're proud. Just drop it. I know this is the most difficult thing to ask Ethiopians to drop tribes, because everything is based off ethnicity. Everything Everything, if it is flag, if it is clothes, if it is everything, if it is even sometimes look at you and be like, you ain't Amhara, you ain't Oromia, you ain't Tigray. Everything. But I'm asking you, I know it's difficult. I'm asking if you're listening to me and you're hearing this voice, drop your ethnicity. Drop it. It's not going to help you. Ethiopian government, lastly. What is happening right now is ruining every single good thing you've done for the country. I'm not going to sit here and say you have never done anything good for the country. I'll be hypocrite. I'll speak the truth. There are good things you've done. But like I said, Ethiopia is beautiful on the outside, but is bleeding in the inside. Ethiopia is beautiful on the outside, but it's bleeding in the inside. It's a time to treat, to find where the scar is inside and to treat it. And I see nothing but to say, drop your ethnicity. Just drop it. Drop it. Let's begin with those passports. Instead of showing tribes, let's show that Ethiopian. Let's begin by dropping those ID cards. Instead of showing your tribes, drop it. Let's begin by changing those constitutions, drop it. Let's begin by talking about one Ethiopia. Let's begin by doing that because it is possible. Rwanda, they did it. You can do it. Tanzania, we did it. More than you guys, you have 86 tribes. We have 121 different tribes where we're living in harmony and peace with one another. You guys, you can do it. You're only 86 tribes. God, I pray that my people, Ethiopians, will be able to make that choice. And I pray that anything unjust that is happening to Amhara people right now, I pray that evil will be exposed. And I pray that evil has no chance in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I pray for the peace for this nation. And I pray that the people, I pray that the leaders will have the spirit of discernment, because I know they know you, God. They'll have a spirit of discernment. God, you give them wisdom to decide what is right, to speak what is right, and to bring the country together. Because the time is now to bring the country together. Not tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow. We need Ethiopia to be stable. This is the mother of Africa. This is the capital city of Africa. We need to look up to Ethiopia, but not look down to Ethiopia. You don't deserve that. Ethiopia, you don't deserve that. You don't even deserve to look down on each other. Come together, Ethiopia. Diaspora, stand together as one Ethiopia. Just drop your tribes, guys. Drop them. Come together as one people. The time is now. One Ethiopia. We need it right now. We're going to save a lot of lives, and we're going to have a future for our kids. Otherwise, we're not going to see it. And you can't say that God has cast us. No, God loves you. But you must make a decision for him to do something. Drop it right now.